As many of you already know, ArieForce 1 is a coaster coming to Spott Atlanta in 2022. Many of us were not expecting this attraction at all, so when we first heard that Spott Atlanta was getting an RMC, this definitely took everyone by surprise. And what's even more surprising is that this coaster is going to be epic. I mean, like, literally insane. Something that could possibly rival top tier coasters like gwazi and zadra. Yeah, I said it. In this video, I'm going to go over all the reasons why ArieForce 1 could possibly be one of the best RMCs ever created, as well as share my thoughts on why this coaster is much bigger than most of us thought. So this is why ArieForce 1 could possibly be one of the best RMCs ever created. So first off, before I tell you why this coaster is going to be amazing, I have the unnecessary obligation to complain a little bit about the name. Let me just say, I have no idea what they were thinking. ArieForce 1 does not sound anything related to a coaster. And in fact, out of all the possible name choices, this one is probably the weakest. Literally any other name would have been better, like Iron Eagle, or something like Georgia Peachtree Ultimate Flying Extreme Palooza Party Coaster would have been much better than ArieForce 1. ArieForce 1 makes me think of shoes and not a coaster, so I don't know what they were thinking, but that's okay because this ride actually looks really good. Now, just to be clear, I'm definitely joking when it comes to the name. I know the real story behind it, and I do think that it's a good tribute. However, I still don't think it quite works as the name of an RMC, but that doesn't really matter. But now that that's out of the way, let's get right into the stats for this attraction. For starters, the ride is 154 feet tall and has an 83-degree drop, and the ride itself goes 64 miles per hour. The ride also has 4 inversions, one of which being a giant 0G stall, 2 0G rolls, and a brand new inversion called a Raven Truss dive. Another notable part of the attraction is its huge overbanked airtime hill, its double up, and also its quad down. Yes, you heard me right, this ride has a quad down, and it's going to be awesome. Just think about all of those elements. Those are some great elements all packed into a single coaster. So let's break down the layout. You start off your ride with your 154 foot tall lift hill and huge drop, and then you head straight into your Raven Truss dive. To me, this looks like a wavy dive drop. After that, you head into your giant 0G stall, which is going to be super fun. After that, you go into a ginormous outer banked airtime hill. Think Steel Vengeance or Iron Gwazi. Following that, you have your double up, which surprisingly drops you straight into a high speed barrel roll. And then after that, you do a turnaround and go into your last 0G roll, which is a legendary way to go into your quad down. And after the quad down, it pretty much is the end of the ride. Now, if you are familiar with this coaster, you may notice that I've skipped a couple of the, let's say, weirder elements, like the fakey airtime, the ground hugger, and the chili dip. To me, these just look like normal elements with a different name. Honestly, I have no idea what these are, so if you know, please let me know in the comments below because I've never heard of any of these and I'm pretty sure they're just making them up. So all of that which I mentioned is all crammed into this one single presidential plane coaster, and let me just say it looks awesome. I can't think of any other ride which packs in so much variety into a single layout. This honestly, in my opinion, has potential to be one of the best RMCs ever created, and possibly the best RMC of 2022, because it could compete with Iron Gwazi. In fact, this ride looks to not only have more inversions, but also more airtime than Iron Gwazi. So if more means better, this ride might just come out on top between the two, but who knows. So now let me answer another question, and that is, what does this mean for the Georgia coaster industry? As many of you remember, Six Flags Over Georgia has Twisted Cyclone, a smaller RMC which still packs a giant punch. But I believe that ArieForce 1 is going to completely destroy Twisted Cyclone. So what is likely to happen between these two parks? Well, first off, I believe that ArieForce 1 is going to stimulate growth in the Georgia coaster industry. Let me explain. ArieForce 1 is likely going to be the best ride in Georgia. So when Six Flags Over Georgia sees that they no longer have the best ride in Georgia, they're going to eventually do something to try and get that title back. So I think it's definitely helpful for both parks that Air Force One was created, especially because it's likely that many people will visit both parks in one day. So Air Force One could mean that Six Flags Over Georgia is willing to build bigger and better rides in the future, but who knows. So to conclude, Air Force One definitely looks like an amazing coaster that has potential to be one of the best, if not the best coaster of 2022. Yeah, I said it. Will it be better than Pantheon? Well, probably not, but I definitely wouldn't rule it out. So Air Force One looks absolutely stunning, and I cannot wait to get out and ride it. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see content just like this all the time. And comment below your thoughts about Air Force One. What do you think the coaster is going to be like? Do you like the name, and are you planning on going out to ride it? This is a Coaster Josh, signing out.